Hey guys, what's going on? It's Environos here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to capture your screen absolutely free. So let's get right on into it. Okay guys, so what we're going to want to do to capture our screen is we're going to want to head over to Streamlabs.com. This is by far the best recording software out there, and I really suggest you use it. So we're going to go to download Streamlabs, and then it will start downloading. I will have the link in the description below, so go check that out. Okay, so once that has downloaded, we're just going to click on it right here, and then it will open up. Press yes. I don't know if you guys saw that, but press yes. And then go to the license agreement, and then press I agree. You put it wherever you want to. I'm just going to leave it here on my desktop, and press install. Okay, now that it's opened up, we're going to set up the screen capture. So you can make a new scene or just use this scene. In this case, I'm going to make a new scene and I'm going to call it tutorial. Press done. Now from here, we're going to go over to sources, add new source. In this video today, I'm just telling you how to capture your screen. So we're going to do display capture, but you could do game capture if you're trying to capture a specific game. So I'm just going to click on display capture, add source. I'm just going to leave it there as display capture. And then choose, I have 3 displays. You can choose the display you want. I'm just going to choose my display 1, and then I'm going to press done. Okay, there you go. Now you have captured your screen. And from here, you can do anything with it. You can make it different sizes. You can move it around, all that stuff. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to leave it just like that. So now from here, I'm going to go into the settings and tell you exactly what you need to do. So if you go down here to the bottom left, you can open up the settings. Okay, so now this general tab is all set up and everything. You don't really need to change anything for there. That's all good. For stream, we're not going to do anything there. This is just showing you how to capture your screen. If you guys want me to show you how to set up streaming settings, I can do that in another video. Just leave a comment down below. Output here. Now you're going to want to change the output mode from simple to advanced. I'm going to go over to recording. Streaming, I said I can do a different video on that later. Type is going to be standard. And then over at recording path, you can choose whatever you want. Just go into the browse and choose and make a new folder. Choose a folder that you already have, anything like that. I have mine set up in OBS recorded videos. That's what I suggest naming your folder. But you can do what you want. Generate file name without space. Check mark that. Now recording format. MP4 is the best one. It is also the best for uploading to YouTube. So that would be the best to use. Audio track 1. Recording. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you're going to want to use hardware NVENC new, just because that is the most optimized one and it's just the best overall. If you are using an AMD graphics card, then just choose whatever option comes up for you. Now, if you're using a CPU, you're going to want to use software X264. Custom extra settings, just leave that unchecked. Rate control. CBR has been the norm for literally most of all recordings out there that you see YouTubers using. So I suggest using CBR. You're going to want to do anywhere from 10,000 to 40,000 bit rate. Now for streaming, that's different. If you heard anything on streaming that is completely different, don't listen to that and apply it to this. You are going to want to use 10,000 to 50,000 bit rate. Bitrate is what makes your videos look clean and polished overall. So my computer is pretty decent. If you don't have a decent computer, then maybe you could probably drop it down to 7,000 to 8,000. But I'm going to put mine at 30,000. Keyframe interval, just keep that the same. Preset quality. Profile is going to be on main. Look ahead, unchecked. Psychovisual tuning, checked. GPU is only if you're using multiple graphics cards. In this case, I'm not, so you can just set it on 0. But if you are using multiple graphics cards, you can choose 1 or 2. But in this case, I'm just going to leave it on 0. Max B frames, set that on 2. Now over to audio. So in order to know what sample rate that you have on your microphone, you're going to want to go over here down to the bottom left, click sound, go to sound settings. Now once you're in your sound settings, you're going to want to go over to sound control panel. Now once this has opened up, you're going to want to go to recording, go down to your microphone that you're using, right click on it, go to properties, go to advanced, and then you can look at it right here. Whatever one you have on here, in this case I have 48,000 hertz, so I'm going to exit out here, go back to my Streamlabs, and then I'm going to go to sample rate, and I already have it on 48,000 hertz. Channels, just leave that on stereo. Desktop audio device. Now this is the device that you're using to listen to all your gameplay or whatever you're doing on your computer. So in this case, I'm using the Razer Kraken headphones, so I'm going to choose that. Now mic and auxiliary device, I'm going to change that to my microphone that I'm using, my HyperX Quadcast. If you have not checked out that review, go check it out right now. This is an amazing microphone. And then all the other audio devices, I'm assuming you're only using one, so just leave those blank. From here, you're going to want to go to video. So now in video, this base canvas resolution is going to be the resolution that your computer screen is. I guarantee you 99% of you are going to have 1920 by 1080 base canvas resolution. So I suggest putting your base canvas resolution on that if you have 1920 by 1080. If you do not, then you are going to go over to either 1280 by 720 or 2560 by 1440. My monitor is 2560 by 1440, so that's the one that I'm going to put it on. Output scale resolution is the resolution that you want to output your video on. So in this case, I don't really need my video quality being 2560 by 1440 like my monitor is. So I'm going to downscale it to 1920 by 1080. Or you could downscale it to 1280 by 720. Those are the three main resolutions that you are going to want to use. 1280 by 720, 1920 by 1080, or 2560 by 1440. This can be the resolution that your monitor is, but in this case, I am downscaling it. Now, this base canvas resolution, do not copy that setting down. Do not copy it. Unless you do have a 2560 by 1440 monitor, you are not going to want to copy that setting down. Now, for downscale filter, I suggest using Lanczos just because it is the most sharpened scaling. FPS type, common FPS value. Now, FPS values, you can either record in 30 FPS or 60 FPS. In my personal opinion, my computer can handle recording in 60 frames per second. If your computer cannot, drop it down to 30. Now this will not look as well, this will not look as clean, it'll be a little bit choppy, but it'll get the job done until you can upgrade to better hardware. So in this case, I'm going to leave it at 60 just because what all of the YouTubers nowadays are using, and it just looks the cleanest. Hotkeys, you can adjust those on your own. Advanced. Now here, the process priority, keep that on normal. Video, I suggest using RGB. YUV color space, 709, that'll just give it a bigger color space. And color range, change it from partial to full. Force GPU as render device, I do suggest that just because your GPU is probably the most powerful thing in your computer, and you're definitely going to want to use that as your rendering device. Audio, again here, just choose the device that you're listening to your computer sound on, in this case my headphones. Recording, keep that the same, uncheck overwrite if file exists. Replay buffer, file name prefix, keep that all the same. Replay here, blank here. Stream delay, if you're streaming, then you can add a delay. We're not going over that, but if you want me to do that, make sure to comment down below. Automatically reconnect. This is going to be all for streaming here. Sources, enable browser source, hardware acceleration. Yes, that will require a restart if it is not already checked for you, but I do suggest doing that. Media files, enable media file caching. Now game overlay, you can set up an in-game overlay for when you're playing the games and you want to see the recording and everything. Scene collections, you can choose a certain scene that you want to upload here. Notifications, you can set up all your notifications here. Appearance, I suggest myself night mode. You can turn on day mode, but gosh, that just looks so bright. So just turn it on night mode, please, for your own good. And then you can set up all the other stuff. Face masks, I don't really use this at all. And remote control, I also don't really use this. They're not really important. And done. Now once we're done with the settings, I forgot to go over one thing. If you do have a face cam, you're going to want to go to the plus, go to video capture device, click that, add source here. Now I'm using my Logitech Brio, but I'm also using it on a different software, so that's why it is not popping up here. Just go to your device, click whatever device you are using, and then that will be good and you will have a webcam there. Now you have successfully captured your screen for free. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you subscribe and like down below. It really helps me out and I would appreciate it a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see y'all next time. Peace.